With an ever-growing collection of more than 175 lesson plans, TeachRock.org offers free educational materials for nearly every classroom. In this tutorial, I will be outlining our current lesson collections to give you a sense of the scope of materials we offer. The main sections of the TeachRock website are listed here in the top menu. You'll notice that when you hover your mouse over the Lessons section, more options appear. In the mobile version of this site, selecting Lessons in the Menu tab automatically opens these subheadings. Our lesson collections are divided into two categories, core lessons and special collections, which we made with various multimedia partners and documentary films. Our core lessons are split into 5 books. The first 4 books are an ELA and social studies rich exploration of 19th and 20th century American life through music. And, like all TeachRock material, the included lessons are clearly aligned to prevailing educational standards. Book 1 begins with country blues in the pre-war era, and moves to the swing era and early rock and roll in the 1950s. This book features many of the early figures in rock and roll, from Chuck Berry to Little Richard to Elvis, as well as lessons on gospel and doo-wop music. While learning about this American musical history, students also explore major cultural events such as the Great Migration, the Great Depression, World War II, and consider how technological advances in manufacturing and communications might have shaped the country. Book 2 moves into the late 1950s and early 1960s. It covers R&B and soul music, the British invasion, and surf music. Artists featured in this book include the Beatles, Aretha Franklin, Curtis Mayfield, and the Beach Boys. Through these artists and the movements they represent, students begin to consider the civil rights movement, issues of music and place, gender, and much more. Though Book 3 focuses primarily on the 1960s and 70s, it fans out to make key connections between popular music and the various social movements arising during this time period. This book covers the rise of the folk music movement, the hippie movement, and hard rock. The bulk of our civil rights lessons content can be found in this book, including lessons on the civil rights movement, the Black Power movement, and the women's movement. Book 4, Fragmentation, covers the 1970s to roughly the present. Here we introduce hip-hop, funk, heavy metal, punk, and grunge, among other genres and movements that have occurred since the 70s. Book 5, Music Across the Classrooms, covers core lessons that may not easily fit into our American history curriculum. Here you find lessons specific to science or STEAM classes, ELA, or visual arts, as well as our environmental jukebox collection. Each of these books are divided into chapters, which include a brief overview and some additional resources. In Book 4, for instance, the chapters are divided by genre. Book 5 is divided into subject areas, including visual arts, STEAM, environmental jukebox, and English language arts. In addition to our core lessons, TeachRock also offers special collection lessons, which we have produced with a variety of media partners. Going through these quickly, we have a multidisciplinary lesson pack created for the Amazon Prime Grateful Dead documentary Long Strange Trip, a collection of high school level contemporary American history lessons created with the CNN Soundtracks miniseries, and a lesson collection on Native American culture and history created with the documentary Rumble, The Indians Who Rocked the World. The Music That Shaped America offers AP U.S. History aligned lessons we are developing with the Association of Cultural Equity, which maintains the Alan Lomax archive. Sun City is a 2-lesson collection on South African apartheid and the global movement to end it. Hometown Documentaries is a filmmaking curriculum inspired by the HBO series Sonic Highways. The Beatles offers a variety of lessons supplementing the Ron Howard documentary The Beatles, 8 Days a Week, The Touring Years. Drawn from the PBS series of the same name, Soundbreaking uses popular music to explore connections between technology and culture, and many of the lessons include interactive tech tools that allow students to experiment with that technology. And our Little Kids Rock section provides supplemental lessons for the Little Kids Rock program, though they can be used by any classroom and cover a variety of topics. Now that you have a general understanding of how we organize our lessons at TeachRock, we invite you to explore these various collections further and imagine ways they might be implemented into your curriculum. Should you have further questions or suggestions, please reach out. We're always available at info@teachrock.org. Thank you.